In 1988, DC Comics did the unthinkable. They allowed readers of the Batman comics to decide on the fate of a character. And not just any character, but Batman's iconic sidekick, Robin. Jason Todd had replaced Dick Grayson as Robin in 1983. Todd was much more impulsive and reckless than his predecessor, much to the chagrin of fans of the Batman comics. In 1988 then, in Batman issues 426 to 429, the Death in the Family storyline took place. The story followed Batman and Jason as they attempted to find out who Todd's real mother was. On the discovery that she was an aid worker, Sheila Haywood, Jason reunites with her. However, the Joker, Batman's arch nemesis, do I really need to say this bit? Discovers that Sheila has been blacklisted as a medic in Gotham. She's performing illegal surgeries, and he blackmails her to handing over her medical supplies. Jason offers to intervene, even revealing his Robin persona to his mother. But Sheila has also been defrauding the aid agency she's working with, and she hands Jason over to the Joker, who beats him with a crowbar and leaves him in the supplies warehouse with a time bomb. In the last act of sacrifice, Jason throws himself on top of the bomb to save his mum, who had been left in the warehouse by the Joker too. The warehouse explodes. And that was how Batman issue 427 ends halfway through the run. On the back cover of this issue was a message, a little poster type thing. Readers were warned that Todd could die of his injuries, followed by 2 phone numbers. Calling one, which would vote for Robin to live, the other for him to die. On September 15th at 9 AM, the phone lines opened for just 35 hours. In total, 10,614 votes were cast. But would the readers really kill off the sidekick of the Dark Knight? Apparently, yes. Yes, they would. Jason Todd, it was decided, was to die by a margin of just 72 votes. 5,343 votes for death, compared to 5,271 to live. There were rumours from Dennis O'Neil, the editor of the series, that someone had even gone so far as to program their computer to dial the phone number for killing Todd every couple of minutes. And given that margin of victory, a stunt like that probably would have made all the difference if it were true. For a long time, Jason Todd stayed dead, with one comic criticism of the time in between of comics generally was that nobody stayed dead except for Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, Bucky Barnes, Captain America's sidekick during World War II, and Jason Todd. Ironically, in 2005, at roughly the same time Jason Todd was being brought back by DC Comics, so too was Bucky Barnes coming back as the Winter Soldier. Indeed, Jason Todd was to return to DC alive during the Under the Hood storyline in 2005, which featured him as the vigilante Red Hood. The reason for his return was given as an overlap of hyper timelines, which is basically DC's way of removing continuity errors after all the various crises, Infinite, Final, etc. However, in 2023, DC Comics reprinted and published Batman 428 with a twist. Jason Todd would live. Due to the time constraints of having to turn around a comic within the space of a month, Jim Aparo, the artist behind the Batman series at the time, had actually designed both versions of the comic, with both living and dying. So DC Comics decided to release the original art of Jason Todd's survival, including the iconic image of Batman holding Robin's body, although in this new printing, Batman smiles and delivers the lie. He's alive, thank God. Other than a few minor changes over the few pages surrounding Todd's injuries, the issue largely follows a similar path, again probably just due to the constraints of the timing. Although the storyline was continued the following year in the Death of the Family, Robin Lives miniseries, which told the story afterwards. So that was how a public vote decided to kill off one of DC's most iconic characters. How would you have voted in that poll? Hope you'll have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all next time.